Ed Boon is the man behind one of gaming's most loved, not to mention most violent franchises, Mortal Kombat. Since co-creating the original arcade game back in 1992, Boon has been involved with the series ever since, even lending his voice to fan-favorite Scorpion in both games and 2 films. And now he's taking on his biggest project yet, a fanboy dream come true, Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe.
Ed Boon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming by, Ed.
Thanks for having me.
It's an honor to have you here. I mean, I wasted countless quarters and nagged my parents constantly for more coinage to play Mortal Kombat. And now I get a chance to beat up Superman, which is pretty sweet. Tell me about Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. You know, this is for those who are counting, this is Mortal Kombat 8. And so we really wanted to add something as dramatically different as possible to the whole Mortal Kombat mix. So we reset everything. Our whole fighting mechanic has changed, starting from the ground up. The new presentation, obviously, with the new next-generation consoles, right. PS3, Xbox 360.
Engine looks gorgeous. It's churning out some awesome-looking character models.
Yeah, and then also, you know, obviously the biggest change we can make is new characters. So we decided to go something really radical with the DC Universe.
I'm seeing the Flash fighting Scorpion. I'd say that's a radical departure. I mean, how does this crossover happen, and then how do you weave it into the Mortal Kombat storyline?
Well, our story mode is this two-sided, really elaborate story presentation where you can play as the DC side, and it looks like the Mortal Kombat characters are invading, or from the Mortal Kombat side, and it looks like the DC character is invading, and explains the whole thing. Explains why Superman can be defeated. Explains why, you know, all of these kind of crazy characters with different powers are even in the same place.
So every angry forum fanboy that's at home right now, furiously typing, can stop pushing his glasses up because there's going to be an explanation for Superman having a fatality performed.
Yeah, there was a lot of speculation in general as to how the game came about, and you know what's going to be in it. So this is we're kind of clearing a lot of stuff up.
In addition to the new fighting mechanics and new engine, I'm seeing what looks like new, completely different gameplay modes in the middle of a match. Tell me about they were falling through the air, doing this free fall combat, and there was this little close quarters combat going on. What are those elements?
Yeah, exactly. When you're playing the game, you can actually grab your opponent, pull them in, and kind of go into this kind of like boxing mode. It's almost like a very brief interruption from your normal fighting. And you can also fight while
there it is, right there. So this is close combat. Exactly. Now, is Scorpion helpless here? Can he block? Can he do anything?
He can actually defend against those moves there. So if he gets a defensive move off, then he's going to take no damage. But if Flash gets, you know, 4 hits off in a row, then it breaks them up and they go back into the normal fighting.
I love the fact that the camera kind of cinematically zooms in, though. It really lets you take in the fact that you're playing these larger-than-life superheroes with these larger-than-life
Exactly, and you can see also that the details on the characters. You can see all the bruises, and you see Flash's costume is all cut up, so there's a lot of, you know, these kind of nuances that we didn't have in the previous game.
And now this is the other thing I want to talk about, free fall combat. Which
exactly.
Like, I love it in games when someone gets kicked off a building and you watch them fall and hit the ground. I loved it in the Dead or Alive series, but here you've added another element to it.
Yeah, it's actually an interactive sequence now. Before you would just kind of just watch it, but now you can actually fight while you're falling down.
And further humiliate your girlfriend as she's falling on the way to the ground.
And you can change places so the defender can become the attacker.
So you can sort of grapple in midair.
Exactly, and so whoever's on the top when you land at the bottom of the next arena is the one who inflicts the damage on the other guy.
Will every stage be designed to take advantage of that feature in some way, shape, or another?
Every stage is different. So some of them you fall, some of them you run through buildings, some of them you do all these, you know, just the crazy ways of going from one arena to the next.
And I'm seeing real-time damage on the characters as well. I mean, that's...
Exactly. This is the Unreal 3 engine that we're using really lets us do some crazy details on the characters.
Now, it looked like we were about... Well, actually, we're at the character selection screen. Perfect time to get a little, maybe an extra nugget of info. I know Sub-Zero, Batman, Superman, the Flash, they're all in there.
Yeah.
Any previously unannounced characters that you want to... announce right now?
At the Comic-Con event, which is coming up next week, I think.
Yeah, it's next week, but that's next week. Let's talk right now, Ed.
We're gonna be
give me one. Come on, give me
something. We're going to be showing Catwoman, Shang Tsung, Liu Kang, and Captain Marvel are going to be the next characters.
Cool. And so we're going to actually see them in action next week at Comic-Con?
Yeah.
You got to come by the G4 booth and show that off as well.
That'd be great.
Okay, good. It's official. Put it in your Outlook. Fantastic. Now let's talk about the gore, because obviously it cannot be Mortal Kombat without over-the-top moves and gratuitous amounts of blood splatter. How do you have Superman's limbs get ripped off? I mean, there are fatalities in the game, but is it a delicate dance working with DC to make sure that you can bring that Mortal Kombat edge to their characters?
Exactly. it wouldn't be a Mortal Kombat game without kind of like the brutal fighting that we've always had since the beginning. At the same time, you know, the DC heroes, they don't kill, and so there was no circumstances where we can have Superman
Sure.
rip
Superman
Sub-Zero's
does
head
get
off.
pretty brutal at times, though.
Oh yeah, he does. He has a brutality move, which we'll be able to kind of demonstrate here. And but the DC heroes have brutalities. The DC villains and all the Mortal Kombat characters have fatalities.
So we will see fatalities in the game for the characters.
Oh, for sure.
Okay,
For sure.
there's a lot of concern from gamers, you know, and that happened. And what about classic levels? I mean, we've seen some interesting stages here. I know we're going to have new stages for the DC characters, but for the Mortal Kombat fans out there, are we seeing any classic levels return?
Absolutely. We have the graveyard level from Mortal Kombat 3. We have the Hell background from Mortal Kombat 2. And we also have half the backgrounds are from the DC universe. So you have the Ravaged Metropolis. You're going to have, you know, the signature. Your Batman was
Right.
the Batcave and Gotham City and all
that's
that.
fantastic.
So, you know, it's really split down the middle, half Mortal Kombat, half DC from characters and background.
I love this is like all my fan fiction come to life because I spent way too much time arguing who would win in a fight between Sub-Zero and Superman. And right now, come on, Superman, finish him. Let's see it. Oh, a punch to the. That's it. He gave him a rap on the jaw.
Yeah, that wasn't.
You'll see
You'll see
he was
it next
dusting
time
him off
around,
like a
right.
crumb. All right, well, next time. Ed, thank you so much. The game looks awesome. Congratulations on another killer installment.